So, looking to purchase a first boat, whether canoe or kayak, really on the fence of which one. Let's see if we can help kind of solve some of that. So, kayaks are nice. You know, you sit a little bit lower to the water, a little more exposed water, looking at covering longer distance in a less amount of time. Nice thing here is, you know, most kayaks will always have a dry storage in the bow and stern, so your gear is going to stay dry. You are going to use a double paddle over a single blade, which makes just maneuvering the boat a little bit easier. You're not having to worry about rudders, stern rudders, kind of that paddle stuff. You can just sit and paddle. The one downfall of a kayak sometimes is if you are looking at kind of maybe doing some portaging and trying to carry the boat, they can be a little more cumbersome to carry just because there's not a good way to hold on to it. So if you are looking at maybe doing some areas where there's portaging, you want to be able to pick it up and carry it, that's where a canoe might fit better. But if you're looking at more exposed water, longer distances, that's where a kayak fits. Nice thing about a kayak is it is a little bit more of an independent sport. Most kayaks you're going to find are solo, which means you can just kind of get out and go, or your paddling partner, you can be on two different sides of the water. You're not always relying on a partner.
Why you should buy a canoe versus a kayak if it's your first boat? For one thing, a canoe, way more room. You can move around in a canoe. You can kneel, you can sit, you can stretch your legs out, put one leg up, one leg down. Very comfortable for a long term. You can get a lot of gear in a canoe. So if you're going on a trip and you have to portage, take your gear out, put the canoe over your head, go down the trail. All your stuff isn't in little bags, it's in big canoe packs. If you have a family, mom and dad can paddle, the kids can go along for a ride. Everybody's happy. You can get the kid a little paddle, they can help out. A canoe glides really nice on the water, similar to a kayak, but you can cover a lot of ground with a canoe. You can go lake to lake, work well in rivers as well as in lakes. For an all-round boat, I'd say a canoe wins every time.
We're going to talk about some of the advantages of a kayak over a canoe today. Both vessels have their purposes, but with a kayak, depending on the size, we have a number of dry storage areas that we can pack with the dry bag or without. This is the Delta 12. We have our bow storage, our day hatch for those quick accessories that you might need access to, and we also have rear storage. When you're paddling a kayak, the profile and your experience on the water is going to be actually a lot lower, which is a desirable characteristic for a vessel for many people. Another advantage of a kayak over a canoe is in the event that you're in a more dynamic water environment, a kayak might offer greater flexibility in recovery situations, self-rescues or even assisted rescues. Another advantage might be the ability to cover longer distances in a kayak at a more rapid pace. Especially as we go up in the length of a kayak, you'll get greater speed and the ability to cross greater distances.
So let's talk about some of the benefits of a canoe over a kayak. Functionality. One, you know, typically lighter weight, easier to move, okay? You're not gonna do big exposed water, but you're gonna be able to pick it up, portage it, carry it. Very easy to pack. You're not limited by space in most cases. You do sit a little bit higher off the water, which is nice, a little bit better visual. You are gonna use a single blade over a double blade. Makes the canoe a little bit different there. Picking up, carrying it, much easier to hold on to. Pick it up, throw it on your shoulders, you're gonna carry it down the trail. So if you're gonna do stuff with, again, portaging and you wanna go from lake to lake, it'll be a whole lot easier than what a kayak would be. Fishing, again, you've got a nice big open exposed area in front of you. Gear, accessing the gear, whereas in a kayak it's going to be more contained in the hatch covers.